The C.R. Smith Museum is one of the coolest aviation museums in the United States. From various exhibits, to an Unreal model aircraft collection on the ceiling, to an American Airlines doubles DC-3, this museum has it all, and I'm excited to bring you along for the journey. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get into this, everybody. Welcome everybody to the C.R. Smith Museum in Dallas, Texas. This is an epic museum that I'm excited to check out, and I hope you all are as well. The C.R. Smith Museum is situated south of the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I've just arrived at the museum on this April afternoon, and I'm stoked to check this out and learn about American Airlines' history. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and go inside, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so welcome to the C.R. Smith Museum. So in today's video, what we're going to do is I'm going to do some narration for the pictures that I have, and I have plenty of video clips as well, so I'll put those on the screen with some background music too. So we'll get a nice mesh going, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and start off with some video clips, and then I'll get into some of the pictures and talk about those. So let's go ahead and get started with the videos, guys.
Are those for sale by chance? Goodness gracious. No. Oh my gosh. Thank gosh you're going to do an airliner store here. I'm going to have to come back again. I'm going to get sick of this place. And the registration is nice and clear. No, this is literally the Super 80 copy. Yes. Oh, goodness. Wow.
Here we go for a brief MD80 overlook view here at the C.R. Smith Museum. Starting with all of our instruments here. Well, first and foremost, you got the yoke, left, right, it does not move up, back. Then you got airspeed, heading, advanced heading. And then you got attitude, altimeter, vertical speed, indicated airspeed. You have all your gauges throughout here. You have your engines, the original attitude, which functions. Your altimeter might be the best part of this right here. It functions so cool. Really good FMC. This right here is the button for noise, so definitely click this if you come here to hear all this noise that we're hearing. And you got all these various engine gauges for temperature, pressure, oil, all of that fun stuff. We got oil right here. We got our emergency brakes. Super cool. All these buttons right here test. You got more oil pressure. You got your flaps. I don't even know if that, yeah, it doesn't function obviously, but speaking of which, here are the flaps. And then you got landing gear, the hold release, more oil instruments over there, and his set for the co-pilot. I got a really nice dial right here, and then of course you got the speed brake. We got more trim, more nose trim. You got the throttle quadrant, which fully moves, and it's, I mean, just tell me, how do you feel about that? And then you got your flaps, which come all the way up and all the way back up, which is super cool. They're kind of hard to function with. You got to learn how to do it. I'm not sophisticated, of course, there. Then you got all your comms. You got COM 1, and these are fully functional too. It's Super 2, COM 2. Or I'm sorry, COM 1 standby, COM 2 active, and COM 2 standby. You have your weather radio, immediately thinking of the Little Rock incident in 1999. They need a better radar equipment, but here you go here. Really nice weather deal right there. And then you got various other functions back here, like automatic direction finder, TRF, and then you got your various buttons right here for the checklist, which is really cool. Really good design for the 1970s into the 80s, obviously. And then you got various control surfaces down here. You got more buttons right here. You got your auto brake right here, and then you got footrest right there out of all things. So that's super cool. Your seat belt and seat right here, which is awesome. And then auto brake over here. You got various buttons over here on the left side, and you got oxygen regulators. I mean, this is the full deal, guys. Your window opens right here. I don't know if we can move or not. I think it's locked, but nevertheless, it's probably for the best. Nevertheless, here more windows. You got too many circuit breakers. You can lose your head on that, and then you'll lose your head on the overhead panel with APU, lights, electrical power, more circuit breakers, all the maintenance up there on the very top. I think we got some engine fire precautions right there, various other gauges down here, your full autopilot across the side, co-pilot seat like we talked about, his window, and nothing on the back or right, which is pretty incredible. The only place where you're going to take a break on this plane. Here's a speaker right here for what sound they have going, although that was the original. And then you just got small stuff like map light, and then a fan right here. I mean, does it get any better than this? I would have to think not. This is pretty incredible, and definitely come to C.R. Smith Museum and see this, because this is top notch. I mean, just look at this. Like, this is absolutely incredible. Look at this. Absolutely awesome. Wow.
USA, yes, and a beautiful. Oh, this is a JT3D. How about that? Yes. That's why I said, I was like, don't get me over there yet. We're not done over here. Empire. I did not think I was going to be seeing an Empire in this museum. How about that? They literally have every region of American Airlines represented. Better than Delta Flight Museum? I have no idea. They're both very good. Look at where we are now. 145. Wow. Can you believe what we're seeing? The Navy 175. 319. American West. US Airways 75.
Alrighty everybody, so I really hope you all enjoyed all those video clips. I thought there were some really cool ones in there. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these pictures, guys. So again, some of this is repeated from the videos, of course, but I kind of just want to do a little bit of talking on it, and then we'll transition into our next round of video clips. So let's get started. So really want to take a look at this American Airlines merger flowway diagram, as it's really complex. So it's really cool to see it, that of course you have all these subsidiaries, a Continental, and then obviously we had some Continental Airlines, Central Airlines, some different brands as well, some of them affiliated with others that ended up making it kind of interesting as well. Then of course you got the major TWA branch down there before the 1930s that came into TWA, and then by the 50s of course we had various airlines that ended up turning into Piedmont, PSA, Allegheny. So really cool to see all of those, which then will stay down there to keep it congruent. Went into US Air, which would finally make it into US Airways before that made it into American Airlines. America West went straight into US Airways and then went into American, so that was really cool. You can see Ozark had a long strain there before they merged up with TWA, and eventually that would go on to be American. American also of course had plenty of their own mergers with airlines like Trans-Caribbean Airways, Air California, which was Air Cal at the time of the merger, Reno Air, and of course TWA, and now we have American Airlines. So really cool to see all that, and I think it's absolutely fantastic that they have that diagram going here. Here's a picture with me in the American MD80. I thought this was really cool, so really glad to get to share this today. Absolute blast to get to see that MD80, and you'll see video clips coming up of me inside of there, so very excited to see that. But absolutely awesome to see the American MD80 going strong, and that's absolutely fantastic with that picture right there. So looking absolutely fantastic with the American Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD80. Of course, you cannot go wrong with that. So just S tier effort in my opinion, to say the least. This is another very cool wall here that shows the various American Airlines logos. I still love the chrome one, but honestly my second favorite has to be the current one, 2013 one. It's grown on me very much, and I really like the eagle on it, so that one looks great. Although the Astrojet and other previous ones look very good too, with their unique attributes too. I do like the bird on the silver one over there. That one looks real nice. So all these look really good, and definitely got to get the feature of those here in today's video. We also have the In the Pilot Seat MD80 poster that they had there before we get in the MD80. I thought that this was super cool with the various MD80s that they have, including the advertisement Have a Super Day, which is definitely my favorite one. So great to get to see all of these, and it's really cool to get to break that down with the various pictures. So great job by the C.R. Smith Museum for preserving this. This is really cool in my opinion, so great to get to see that. And then of course we have some of the various models that you saw in the video clips up here on top of the walls, including this American Airlines MD80 that I was ready to pay $1,000 for and take home. That is gorgeous, so super glad to get to see that right there. Different angle of it, looking absolutely fantastic. You got to just stare at it for a minute. It's 595, which is a really great registration. It should be 82 if I'm remembering correctly at this time, which is awesome. A TWA Boeing 757-200 with the Pratts in a Gen 1 configuration. This aircraft looks amazing and ready to take that home. That is certainly worth a bunch of money. You'll see an American 747 SP over there, which is awesome. Here's a chrome American Airlines 757-200 with RB211s. This aircraft's really nice, and you saw in the video how gorgeous it is. So kind of wish we could get an elevated perspective of these, but it's okay, as they're still really, really cool. But awesome, get to see that right there. And we also have a really cool engine right here to take a look at. It looks absolutely fantastic with the various fan blades and technically a cutaway. It looks really great. So awesome, get to see that right there. Also a little snippet of the DC-3 and a kids play area over there on the left too, which looks really good. Here's an Empire Fokker 100, or it might not be 100, but it's a Fokker of sorts. This one's also really cool, and they were an interesting branch of American, so it is really cool to see on the ceiling here some of the various airlines that American operated with, ones that aren't known as well. So Empire is certainly a good one to have up here in my opinion, so that's really great. So let's go ahead and get into the next round of video clips, and then we'll come back.
I can tell you, I don't think so. Hamilton blades. Alrighty, everybody, so let's go ahead and jump into the second half of these pictures. So here's the podium inside the video room, which I thought was really cool. So really cool to get a different view in the C.R. Smith Museum, and certainly they have some very nice components there. So there is the podium right there. And then following that, we have this really cool diagram here regarding the course, which is really nice. So you see where American Airlines takes off. Then the financial heights, which was definitely the peak, unfortunately. Then you have the One Airlines resilience, which is really cool. And then looking ahead. So really cool to see all these various pictures. Obviously, it talks a little bit about DFW and some of the operations in there. You also got Doug Parker there as well. So fantastic to see all that. And this is really cool right there. You also got a little bit going on over here in the right in that glass cabinet. So that's really cool. And here is the another one. This one is Shrinking the World, and you can see some various advertisements there. A little bit more on the Eagle side. You can see some American Eagle, or what's the phrase I'm even looking for here? American Eagle advertisements there, but you also got some props and some others. So really cool to see that. You can see jetting around and building hubs. This is really cool. So I'd encourage you to read that if you get a chance. You can zoom in if you'd like, and then you can see the right cabinet's really cool with some various models right there, which is awesome. Some awesome timetables, and then of course a really cool route map there. So a really nice balanced perspective right there, and that's really cool to see. So I thought that was absolutely fantastic right there, to say the least. Here's the American Airlines Doubles DC-3 flagship Knoxville. Really cool to see this. November Charlie 21798. Absolutely gorgeous aircraft. You can see how it's raised above the ground, which is kind of interesting. You also got the tow truck there. It's pretty interesting to see that. But it's a gorgeous airplane. You can see the various views of it right here. Really, really nice. When the sun's out, it really reflects well off the windows. So sorry that the sun wasn't out on this day, but hopefully we'll get to go and get to see that. You can see all these various signatures here in the bricks, which is really cool. You got Honeywell and some other various companies, along with individuals, with captains and whatnot. So this is really cool to see. And I really appreciate the C.R. Smith going into incredible detail here. So great job by them for representing that. You can see right here the DC-3 gold members, which is really cool. You got the bronze, gold, and silver, so it's really cool to see that they're having a really cool palette here for that. So that's really nice. The gray eagles, really cool. Here's another view of flagship Knoxville right here. It looks really great, and we'll get even more, including this wide angle one right here that looks absolutely fantastic. And then right here you can also see a little bit more of a close-up one that looks really good as well. Sorry about that, everybody, but nevertheless looking fantastic right there. And then here's the sign that says flagship Knoxville on it, which looks really good. So certainly very glad to get to see that right there. Here's the cockpit. I know the picture isn't the prettiest in the world, but I think I got a better video, so hopefully you all got to see that. But the DC-3 cockpits are so cool. So very glad to get to see this one in good shape. So that's absolutely fantastic. Here's a gorgeous wing view here off of the right. These DC-3s never get old, and I can't believe that I've got the flown one twice. So it's really cool to think about it in that aspect and reflecting on that. So very cool to see that. Here's the back of the cab. Very similar to flagship Detroit. Absolutely great job here by the crew keeping this preserved. So that's awesome for the C.R. Smith Museum. Another nice little nose up shot right there. That looks really good. And then here is the actual nose shot here with the engines. Again, it's really weird to see this aircraft preserved and then actually flying one. So that's kind of a tough balance to get in my head, but you can see how cool this looks right here. So that's absolutely fantastic right there. Then you can see right here, we have flagship Knoxville here with the propellers. So that's absolutely awesome. This is a great angle and very glad that I got to capture this view of flagship Knoxville, which looks absolutely amazing. Here's the head-on shot that looks absolutely amazing as well. Did I get a better quality one? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So as you can tell, it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks so good. I love the livery on the DC-3 here. It looks really, really great. The propellers are so unique as well, along with the turbines and all that. So along with the landing gear, also looking so great. So really unique perspective. Here's another wide angle one. You can really get a good grasp as to how big the propellers are and also the engines too. It's a really cool piece of machinery. So very glad that we get to recognize it here on this day. So that's absolutely awesome. We also have this presented by in the honor to C.R. Smith from the Gray Eagles. So that's really cool. So I thought this sign was very important to recognize here for flagship Knoxville. So you can see that right there. So that looks really awesome too. Here's another view of it. I took like several. I just wanted as many as possible. So you can see that along with the American Airlines truck over there in the back, which is really cool, or push tug or whatever you want to call it. Here's a really cool close-up of the engine so you can really see the various components of the rods and whatnot here. So that's really cool to see the bolts. It looks really good. So very glad to get to see that right there. And here's the right side of the aircraft. A really nice 0.5 shot here so you can get a full grasp to the wing comparison to the fuselage, which is really big. So that's really nice to get to take a look at right there. Here's the back angle one that you can see on the DC-3 on the left side of the aircraft. You can see not any doors or any components over here, so very cool to get to see it from this side as well. And the back left, you can see it from there too, which looks really beautiful. Love the looks of it, and it's super nice to see that. So that's an absolutely awesome DC-3, and I highly recommend you check that out if you get to go to this museum. Here's another engine right here. I thought it was really cool that they're really promoting that. The real engineering side of aviation really put on display here, so great job here by American Airlines. Again, that playground looks really cool with the new American logo on it. So that was nice to see. So definitely wanted to capture that right there. So very glad to get to see that. Here's a better view of that 757. I'm glad we get to see a better one because it's truly a fantastic model. So really cool. So really great to get to see that one right there. And here's the gift shop, which yes, I did end up buying the model. They are pretty pricey here at the C.R. Smith Museum, but I really wanted the Astrojet 737. So I did end up getting that one. It was really cool. But here was a sample here of what their selection was. Again, they were pretty pricey, but hey, sentimental value and getting them knocked out. So that's why I chose to get that one on that day. But nevertheless, looking fantastic, and certainly very glad to get that, add that one to the fleet right there. So that is the C.R. Smith Museum, everybody. I really hope each and every one of you enjoyed it. I think I had a video clip of the C.R. Smith Museum gift shop. Has a bunch of cool components to it as well. So you'll get to see that in the video, and feel free to skip back if you'd like to see a little bit more of that. But of course, the models, what more would I gravitate to than that? So very glad to get to see that, and it's absolutely fantastic. Along with the rest of the museum, let me know in the comments what you thought about this museum. Personally, I think it is really cool. Let me know what you thought about this hybrid format for the museum video. The next one we'll be taking a look at here in a couple weeks is the Frontiers Museum of Flight at the Dallas Love Field International Airport. It is a really cool museum, and I'm really excited to take a look at that. So I hope each and every one of you are as well. Very excited to cover that, and should be an absolute blast. So, but the C.R. Smith Museum, can't recommend it enough. Definitely check it out. They did a really good job with their operations, and overall, I'm really glad to see what they have preserved, what kind of history they're promoting, and what we can expect for the future of American Airlines. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.